Oh, I'm a good keeper of secrets. Have to be in this hall. Well, hello.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
Need a ride?
I'd like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
Winterhold.
Sit back and enjoy the ride.
And you'd have me do what?
Join the
They
college.
say Helgen got hit by a dragon.
Spells all day.
One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
Where do you think you're going?
To the inn for a drink, of course. Where else could I even go in this god's forsaken town?
And what? You think that'll solve all your problems?
Disrespect the law and you
worth a try.
disrespect me.
Greeting. Welcome to the College of Winterhold. I am Feralda, one of the senior wizards here. I trust you found your journey to Winterhold not entirely unpleasant. Now, I must advise you that if your only purpose in being here is to complain, you would be far better off speaking with the Jarl of Winterhold. If, however, you seek something more, I will be happy to assist you.
What is this place?
Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge.
Why would I want to complain about the college?
It is no great secret that we have been unjustly blamed for a great many things over the years. The good people of Skyrim, on occasion, would rather pass judgment than attempt to understand what we do here. Thus, we must take certain precautions in order to secure our safety.
Why are you out here?
I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here?
May I enter the college?
Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
I seek to summon creatures from the plains of oblivion.
I see. That power certainly exists, I assure you. Wield it faithfully, and few can withstand you. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will.
I think we both know I'll succeed here.
No, I'm afraid I don't know anything of the sort.
I'll take your test, then.
Excellent. The flame atronach is a vital companion for anyone relying on conjuration. Summoning one here would certainly show your skill.
Okay, I can do that.
I look forward to it. Much knowledge lies within the college's walls. No matter what, the college will endure. Cross the bridge at your own... The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. Well done indeed. Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Ervine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. What in the world? Winterhold's glory days may lie behind it, but the college lives on.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor receive no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here. Welcome to the college.
I was told to come see you.
Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin?
Sorry, I'm not ready for that just yet.
I see. Well, please let me know when you are. Welcome to the college.
You said something about a tour.
Yes, just a brief overview of our facilities. Are you ready?
I'd love to have a look around.
Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared. Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments. Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions. Initially, you'll be learning from Tolfdir, one of our most esteemed wizards.
You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken.
No, sir.
Sir? How quaint. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
Dangerous research must be a problem here.
Not often, no. Some risks must be taken to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us.
I'd like to know more about the college's history.
I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard to say. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid.
What happened in the last few hundred years?
The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched.
What caused the Great Collapse?
No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case.
Tell me more about the Great Collapse.
The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain.
What's the purpose of the college?
Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners, or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us.
Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you. The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know. If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by atronachs roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college.
Are there many conjurers outside the college?
Not within society, no. Many who practice within the School of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Phalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago.
Summoning undead isn't frowned upon.
By sure no. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used. Of course, non-mages may not see it that way, so we don't go around flaunting it.
Why did Phalion leave the college?
He didn't like the Archmage, hated dealing with him, hated having to answer to him. Phalion said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Aron found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem.
Can you teach me about Conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
I think the college is due for a change in leadership. If you're working on any experiments, please clean up after yourself.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
The study of alchemy. The study of alchemy.
Yes. All right then.
No matter what, the college will endure.
What have you got for sale?
Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Everything's in order.
I'm sorry, could you describe some horrible monster was turned inside out and then exploded? What did you do?
It was a minor miscalculation.
I'm telling you, I heard it. Howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
You must be one of those wizards from the College in Winterhold.
What have you got for sale?
How can I help you?
It's time for us to part ways.
Good to see you again.
What have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim.
Can you teach me about Conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. The people of Skyrim have no appreciation for what we do here. Not that I care.
Well met, friend. How can I help you?
What have you got for sale?
Everything all right?
It's time for us to part ways.
Well, all right. Be careful and stay safe. A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
What have you got for sale?
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Aye.
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you. The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Can you teach me about Conjuration?
Not within society, no. Many who practice within the school of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Phalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here.
Can you teach me about Conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Now, you'll excuse me.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
Hello, friend.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I have a letter here for you. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Riches beyond imagining. I found these words inscribed in ancient dwarven ruins in the Reach. I believe they mark the entrance to a forgotten city. My brother went in a few days ago and hasn't returned. I need someone I can count on to go in after him and bring him back alive. I've heard great things about you, which is why I'm asking for your help. I'll be waiting for you in the ruins. Please hurry. And remember, riches beyond imagining. Cassia.
Good to see you again.
What have you got for sale?
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
The people of Skyrim have no appreciation for what we do here. Not that I care.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Should you ever fall victim to an unfortunate accident, I promise, your remains will be put to good use.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
He didn't like the Archmage. Hated dealing with him. Thalion said he hated what this place was. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
Hello, friend.
What have you got for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
There are few places where one...
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Yes.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
I've been looking for you. Let's see here. Ah, a letter from the Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh? Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Macros. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Isidor, and I have the honor to be the Jarl of the proud and ancient city of Falkreath. The fame of your exploits across Skyrim has brought you to my attention. If you are interested in becoming a Thane of Falkreath Hold, I invite you to speak to me the next time you are in Falkreath. Aside from the honor that accrues to the title, my Thanes are entitled to a personal housecarl. I also can tell you privately that a choice parcel of land in Falkreath would be available for your purchase should your services prove useful to me. I look forward to meeting you in person. I remain Jarl Sigurd of Falkreath.
Well met, friend. How can I help you?
What have you got for sale?
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking for anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire menace. What do you say?
What's the Dawn Guard?
We're vampire hunters. We search out and destroy those blood-sucking scum wherever we find them.
I haven't noticed any vampire menace.
You're not paying attention then, like almost everyone else around here. Haven't you heard that the Hall of the Vigilance was destroyed by vampires? They never took the threat seriously, and now they paid the price.
Vigilance. Dawn Guard. What are you talking about?
The Vigilance mostly hunt down Daedra worshippers, which is why they got torn to pieces when they went up against vampires. That's why our leader, Isran, is re-establishing the Dawn Guard. Real, serious vampire hunters.
Sorry, I'm not interested.
That's what everybody says. Right up until they find their throat being ripped out by a pack of hungry vampires. If you change your mind and decide to join the fight before it's too late, talk to Isran at Fort Dawn Guard, southeast of Riften.
That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim.
Can you teach me about Conjuration?
He didn't like the Archmage. Hated dealing with him. Hated having to answer to him. Thalion said he hated... I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a...
Can you teach me about Conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
Hello, friend.
What have you got for sale?
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. Good to see you again.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. The people of Skyrim have no appreciation for what we do here. Not that I care.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Someone, please help. A group of necromancers are experimenting with conjuring zombies using ancient, dangerous magic, which I fear will have unintended and irreversible consequences. I was expelled from their studies as their ambitions grew into folly, against my warnings. They are performing a ritual to summon a large group of these foul, uncontrollable creatures as we speak in the southernmost area of Skyrim, and must be stopped before it's too late.
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
What have you got for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. I'll sell just about anything if it's worth my time. Keep... in mind, will you?
That, should you ever fall victim to an unfortunate accident, I promise, your remains will be put to good use.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Hello, friend.
What have you got for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Be careful out there.
The people of Skyrim have no appreciation for what we do here. Not that I care.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Speak.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. All right then.
Good to see you again.
What have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. I'll sell just about anything if it's worth my time. Keep that in mind, will you?
That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Hello, friend.
What have you got for sale?
Huh?
It's time for us to part ways.
I do what's necessary so we can get by. Have to, since I can't count on my brother for anything.
What have you got for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. God's bless. It's on you.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
Here's the friendship. A gift. If you don't like it, too bad.
Well met, friend. How can I help you?
What have you got for sale?
That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
Good to see you again.
What have you got for sale?
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
There are few places where one can pursue might. The people of Skyrim have no appreciation for what we do here. Not that I care.
Can you teach me about Conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Should you ever fall victim to an unfortunate accident, I promise...
Can you teach me about Conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
This never should have come here.
You won't leave Skyrim alive!
You puny weak.
I'll see you in pieces! Get a stuff your belly and all will hurt! I'll rip you open! I'll see you burn! Already lost!
I'll show you a real fight.
Someone there? Give up while you still can. Mercy! No! Do your worst. Just a scratch. You've already lost. I'll end your miserable life. Mercy!
Yes?
The college is an Winterhold's glory days may lie behind it, but the college lives on.
I'd like training in destruction magic.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. All right, then.
Another quiet day, I hope.
Good to see you again.
What have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Much knowledge lies within the college's walls.
I'd like training in destruction magic.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. It's been a pleasure.
Well met, friend. How can I help you?
What have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstar. The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Silas Visuius presents The Museum of the Mythic Dawn, a history of the cult that toppled the Septim dynasty. Inside of his very own home in the great capital of the Pale, Dawnstar. Free and open to all citizens of Skyrim.
No matter what, the college will endure.
I'd like training in destruction magic.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. See you around.
Hello, friend.
What have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Be careful out there.
Numenar says he wants someone, Novatos finds them. And here you are. Heroes always wandering around, easy to find. Good thing, because she's in danger.
Please slow down. Who's in danger?
Who does it matter? What does it matter? You're a hero. You look the type. It's what you do. Someone's in danger. All my friends are in danger. Will be in danger. Whichever. You find the danger, you stop the danger, you get treasure. Simple, easy. Not really, though. Someone always wants you to fetch something random.
I think I understand. You want me to save you and your friends.
Yes! No. Maybe. Hard to explain. Not my area. Too broken. Too many mechanisms, mostly unmoving. Can take you down, though. Introduce you to the team. Let them explain. They love explaining.
If you think they're able to help, then show me the way to your friends.
Two? Not two. Down, deep down. Low as you can go. Can't expect a chronographer to operate any other way, can you? Have to go down no other way. Could use a gate, but I broke that. No, your way is Stonehole Mine. Nice place. Has a contingency. It's right there on your little map. Very nice map, too. But I talk too much. Go to Stonehole Mine. Go deep. Find the way to our little town. Take me with you.
All right, follow me.
Follow? No, take me with you.
I don't understand.
What you see isn't what I am. Let me shut down. You take what glows from this husk. Take me deep down, and we'll see where that leads us.
You want me to take something from you?
Yes, perfect. Not really. Not from me. Just take the part that glows. You'll see. See? Much better. Take a fabricant, stop his time. If his Numena's intact, he'll be fine. Just the real me here. Just the Numena. Easier this way. No waiting up for me. No me getting stuck in walls. That happens a lot for some reason. But we're wasting time, really. Go to Stonehole Mine. Little place near Dawnstar. Old, abandoned, third era. Very nice. Southwest of Dawnstar. Go!
The college is an asset to Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or unappreciated.
I'd like training in destruction magic.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. All right, then.
Good to see you again.
What have you got for sale?
Hello, friend.
No matter what, the college will endure.
I'd like training in destruction magic.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge.
A fine day to you, friend. May you die with a sword in your hands.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look. I'll sell just about anything if it's worth my time. Keep that in mind, will you?
What have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Winterhold's glory days may lie behind it, but the college lives on.
I'd like training in destruction magic.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge. Until next time.
Hello, friend.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
The college is an asset to Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or unappreciated.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look. It's been a pleasure.
Long ago, my ancestors built a great hall on the mountainside, north of Bilagulge Mine. They called it Hendraim, a warrior's home that rivaled Sothnid itself. As the last of my clan, I wish to bequeath this home to a true warrior. You are not an Ord, yet I've heard your prowess in battle rivals that of our most legendary fighters. I ask you to prove it with your blade. It been a shield hearth.
No matter what, the college will endure.
I'd like training in destruction magic.
I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
The Doors of Oblivion by J. Hijr. When thou enterest into oblivion, oblivion entereth into thee. Nytyrola. He greatest mage who ever lived was my master Morian Zenas. You have heard of him as the author of the book on Oblivion, the standard text for all on matters Daedric. Despite many entreaties over the years, he refused to update his classic book with his new discoveries and theories because he found that the more one delves into these realms, the less certain one is. He did not want conjecture, he wanted facts. For decades before and after the publication of On Oblivion, Zenas compiled a vast personal library on the subject of Oblivion, the home of the Daedra. He divided his time between this research and personal magical growth, on the assumption that should he succeed in finding a way into the dangerous world beyond and behind ours, he would need much power to wander its dark paths. 12 years before Zenas began the journey he had prepared his life to make, he hired me as his assistant. I possessed the 3 attributes he required for the position. I was young and eager to help without question. I could read any book once and memorize its contents, and, despite my youth, I was already a master of conjuration. Zenas too was a master of conjuration, indeed, a master at all the known and unknown schools, but he did not want to rely on his ability alone in the most perilous of his research. In an underground vault, he summoned Daedra to interview them on their native land, and for that he needed another conjurer to make certain they came, were bound, and were sent away again without incident. I will never forget that vault, not for its look which was plain and unadorned, but for what you couldn't see. There were scents that lingered long after the summoned creatures had left, flowers and sulphur, sex and decay, power and madness. They haunt me still to this very day. Conjuration, for the layman unacquainted with its workings, connects the caster's mind with that of the summoned. It is a tenuous link, meant only to lure, hold, and dismiss, but in the hands of a master, it can be much stronger. The Sajix and Dwemer can connect with the minds of others, and converse miles apart, a skill that is sometimes called telepathy. Over the course of my employment, Zenas and I developed such a link between one another. It was accidental, a result of 2 powerful conjurers working closely together, but we decided that it would be invaluable should he succeed in traveling to Oblivion. Since the denizens of that land could be touched even by the skills of an amateur conjurer, it was possible we could continue to communicate while he was there, so I could record his discoveries. The doors to Oblivion, to use Maurian Zenas's phrase, are not easily found, and we exhausted many possibilities before we found one where we held the key. The Sajix of Artyom have a place they call the Dreaming Cave, where it is said one can enter into the Daedric realms and return. Eochasis, Sotasil, Nemetai, and many others have been recorded as using this means, but despite many entreaties to the Order, we were denied its use. Kellerus, the leader of the Order, has told us it has been sealed off for the safety of all. We had hopes of using the ruins of the battle's pyre to access Oblivion. The Weir Gate still stands, though the old proving grounds of the Imperial Battlemages itself was shattered some years ago in Jagathan's time. Sadly, after an exhaustive search through the detritus, we had to conclude that when it was destroyed, all access to the realms beyond, the Soul Cairn, the Shade Perilous, and the Havoc Wellhead, had been broken. It was probably for the good, but it frustrated our goal. The reader may have heard of other doors, and he may be assured we attempted to find them all. Some are pure legend, or at any rate, not traceable based on the information left behind. There are references in lore to Marukka's Abyss, the Corrington Mirror, the Mantalan Crux, the Crossroads. The Mouth, a riddle of an alchemical formula called Jacinth and Rising Sun, and many other places and objects that are said to be doors, but we could not find. Some exist, but cannot be entered safely. The whirlpool in the Abyshian called the Maelstrom of Baal can make ships disappear, and may be a portal into Oblivion, but the trauma of riding its waters would surely slay any who tried. Likewise, we did not consider it worth the risk to leap from the Pillar of Thras, a 1,000-foot-tall spiral of coral, though we witnessed the sacrifices the Slodes made there. Some victims were killed by the fall, but some, indeed, seemed to vanish before being dashed on the rocks. Since the Slode did not seem certain why some were taken and some died, we did not favour the odds of the plunge. The simplest and most maddeningly complex way to go to Oblivion was simply to cease to be here, and begin to be there. Throughout history, there are examples of mags who seem to travel to the realms beyond ours seemingly at will. Many of these voyagers are long dead, if they ever existed, but we were able to find one still living. In a tower off Zafir Bay on the island of Edenfell in the province of Morrowind there exists a very old, very reclusive wizard named Devaith Fyr. He was not easy to reach, and he was reluctant to share with Maurian Zenas the secret door to Oblivion. Fortunately, my master's knowledge of lore impressed Fyr, and he taught him the way. I would be breaking my promise to Zenas and FYR to explain the procedure here, and I would not divulge it even if I could. If there is dangerous knowledge to be had, that is it. But I do not reveal too much to say that FYR's scheme relied on exploiting a series of portals to various realms created by a Telvanni wizard long missing and presumed dead. Against the disadvantage of this limited number of access points, we weighed the relative reliability and security of passage, and considered ourselves fortunate in our informant. Morian Zenas then left this world to begin his exploration. I stayed at the library to transcribe his information and help him with any research he needed. Dust, he whispered to me on the first day of his voyage. Despite the inherent dreariness of the word, I could hear his excitement in his voice, echoing in my mind. I can see from one end of the world to the other in a million shades of grey. There is no sky or ground or air, only particles, floating, falling, whirling about me. I must levitate and breathe by magical means. Zenas explored the nebulous land for some time, encountering vaporous creatures and palaces of smoke. Though he never met the prince, we concluded that he was in Ashput, said to be the home of Malakath, where anguish, betrayal, and broken promises like ash filled the bitter air. The sky is on fire, I heard him say as he moved on to the next realm. The ground is sludge, but traversable. I see blackened ruins all around me, like a war was fought here in the distant past. The air is freezing. I cast blooms of warmth all around me, but it still feels like daggers of ice stabbing me in all directions. This was Cold Harbor, where Mologbal was prince. It appeared to Zenas as if it were a future known, under the king of rape, desolate and barren, filled with suffering. I could hear Morian Zenas weep at the images he saw, and shiver at the sight of the imperial palace, spattered with blood and excrement. Too much beauty, Zenas gasped when he went to the next realm. I am half blind. I see flowers and waterfalls, majestic trees, a city of silver, but it is all a blur. The colors run like water. It's raining now, and the wind smells like perfume. This surely is Moon Shadow, where Ashura dwells. Zenas was right, and astonishingly, he even had audience with the Queen of Dusk and Dawn in her Rose Palace. She listened to his tale with a smile, and told him of the coming of the Nerevarine. My master found Moon Shadow so lovely, he wished to stay there, half blind, forever, but he knew he must move on and complete his journey of discovery. I am in a storm, he told me as he entered the next realm. He described the landscape of dark twisted trees, howling spirits, and billowing mist, and I thought he might have entered the deadlands of Maroon's Dagon. But then he said quickly, no, I am no longer in a forest. There was a flash of lightning, and now I am on a ship. The mast is tattered. The crew is slaughtered. Something is coming through the waves. Oh, gods. Wait, now, I am in a dank dungeon, in a cell. He was not in the Deadlands, but Quagmire, the nightmare realm of Vaenima. Every few minutes, there was a flash of lightning and reality shifted, always to something more horrible and horrifying. A dark castle one moment, a den of ravening beasts the next, a moonlit swamp, a coffin where he was buried alive. Fear got the better of my master, and he quickly passed to the next realm. I heard him laugh, I feel like I'm home now. Morian Zenas described to me an endless library, shelves stretching on in every direction, stacks on top of stacks. Pages floated on a mystical wind that he could not feel. Every book had a black cover with no title. He could see no one, but felt the presence of ghosts moving through the stacks, rifling through books, ever searching. It was Apocrypha. The home of Hermeus Mora, where all forbidden knowledge can be found. I felt a shudder in my mind, but I could not tell if it was my master's or mine. Morian Zenas never travelled to another realm that I know of. Throughout his visits to the first 4 realms, my master spoke to me constantly. Upon entering the Apocrypha, He became quieter, as he was lured into the world of research and study, the passions that had controlled his heart while unknown. I would frantically try to call to him, but he closed his mind to me. Then he would whisper, "This cannot be. No one would ever guess the truth. I must learn more. I see the world, a last illusion's shimmer, it is crumbling all around us." I would cry back to him, begging him to tell me what was happening, what he was seeing, what he was learning. I even tried using Conjuration to summon him as if he were a Daedra himself, but he refused to leave. Morian Zenas was lost. I last received a whisper from him 6 months ago. Before then, it had been 5 years, and 3 before that. His thoughts are no longer intelligible in any language. Perhaps he is still in Apocrypha, lost but happy, in a trap he refuses to escape. Perhaps he slipped between the stacks and passed into the madhouse of Shoggorath, losing his sanity forever. I would save him if I could. I would silence his whispers if I could.
The event in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim.
Well met, friend. How can I help you?
What have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Well met, traveler. I am Kaidojo, a monk, making the pilgrimage to the shrine of Azura.
Not every day I meet a Daedric monk.
Then today will be no different than any other. For while I recognize Azura's place in the pantheon of the divines, the Daedra hold no particular favor in the doctrine I follow. Some may see the line between Aedra and Daedra as a means of separation, when the divide itself is the true nature of our existence. It is in the eye of the storm that one finds balance, and with balance comes the flourishing of life.
Explain this doctrine of yours.
I follow the path of balance through opposition. The Aedra and Daedra
are the embodiment of this mantra. It is a common misconception that these balancing forces are the spirit of good and evil, a reductive and flawed interpretation. The Aedra are the agents of stasis and order. The Daedra are the essence of change and chaos, for chaos itself cannot be an agent of anything. When the two are in balance, time progresses at its natural flow. The world changes as it stays the same. Although in truth, it is not for us to attach labels to the creators. If mortals cannot divine the nature of themselves, it is quite presumptuous to try the same with the gods.
Follow me. I need your help.
Then let us wander these white sands and find our destination.
I'll see you burn.
As instructed, you are to eliminate macros by any means necessary. The Black Sacrament has been performed. Somebody wants this poor fool dead. We've already received payment for the contract. Failure is not an option. Astrid.
I suffer worse.
Dear, that spell is making me nervous.
What have you got for sale?
Take care now.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
I once knew a Khajiit who said his ears would twitch whenever someone spoke of him. I wonder if someone speaks
Need a
of
ride?
me now.
I'd like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
White Run.
Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Of mortality, and now walk among the stars.
Skjor says that I have the strength of Ysgramor, and my brother has his smarts.
Ah, we have stopped. I patiently await your counsel.
Let's talk about home. This place is your new home. Alas, it's time for us to part ways.
Very well. Perhaps like the Count and the Carpenter, I will return to whence I came.
I've been tending to the warriors of your Vaskar for as long as I can remember.